Good morning. Good morning. How are you today? Give me just a moment while I get everything active or activated. And as you get here, make sure that you let me know that you're here. Say hello. Did that work? Are we live over here? All right, let me pull this up on my phone really quick. Oops, where am I at? Here we go. Thank you for being patient with me every time because it takes a few moments to get all the wheels in motion so that we can move forward. So, thank you again for being here. And like I said, as you get here, make sure that you say hello and let me know that you're here. And if you're someone that's watching the replay, say hashtag replay in the comments and then join along with the conversation because it's going to be a good one. Of course, as always, I say that every time, right? All right, so I'm going to just jump right in. Whoops. Oh, I did it wrong. Sorry. Hold on a second. Hold on. Give me a moment. I deleted when I was supposed to be copying and pasting. Copy. Okay. Now then. All right. So today's affirmation is I am a channel for creativity and compassion, allowing inspired action to flow through me with ease. Now, doesn't that feel good? Right? Because, we want to have this creativity within us. We want to share it out to everyone. We want to be able to honor our gifts and our talents, right? So if we're a channel for creativity and compassion, it's a no-brainer, right? So that's when inspired action will just flow through us. And, what we focus on, we create, right? So if we're focused on having inspired action, on being this channel for creativity and compassion, it's going to happen, right? And as I always say, there's so much power in any I am statement. So when you say I am, whatever follows your inner guidance, your subconscious mind, everything's pulling back the curtain and saying, okay, this must be true. Let's find evidence of it. And so then that's when your 2000 bits of information per second that we talk about a lot, that's when those start changing. Because remember, there's 50 billion bits of information of vibration, everything's vibrating. So that's coming at us all the time, from the tiniest little leaf to the tiniest bug to the big bird to the sky. Everything's a vibration. Good morning, Wendy. Good morning. Good to see you here this morning. So, if everything's vibrating and it's all sending out signals so that we can recognize it, we would go bonkers if we were connected to every single thing, right? That's why when you walk outside, you don't see every little nuance. You notice certain things. And that is our brain's ability to filter out, depending on what's important to us, what we believe about ourselves and what we believe about the world. It's not just random, it's what we internally believe, who we believe we are, how we feel about us, what we believe about the world, what we believe about other people. That's what we see. So if you don't like it, you got to change it. the thing is that when you take this I am statement, I am a channel for creativity and compassion, you're going to have that within you. You're going to pour that out, but you're also going to see more evidence with everything that there's more creativity and compassion in the world, right? So just think about it. When you focus on being a channel, I am a channel for creativity and compassion, and allowing inspired action to flow through me with ease, it's just going to be, this is my normal. This is how I live. This is who I am. And it's just going to be this ever flowing essence of inspiration. And, a lot of people, when they start really diving into some of the new age or the law of attraction kind of stuff, right? They feel like they're supposed to be able to just sit in front of the TV and maybe do some daydreaming and maybe a little bit of journaling, and things are going to fall from the sky. But that's not how it happens. The ideas can fall into you, but then you have to take some kind of action. For instance, let's say somebody sent you a check in the mail. It's not going to get out of the mailbox by itself and come into your world. You have to take an action of getting up off the sofa and walking to the mailbox, right? So that's an action too. So remember, it is you taking an action. And so we want to live with inspired actions. They flow through you with so much ease, right? So where have you in your life maybe had a little bit of a self-doubt? Maybe overthinking, comparison, perfectionism. Is any of that ever happening in your world? I know it happens to me sometimes, right? Not as much as it used to, but it can still happen. Like I was on I think I've mentioned before that I'm taking this amazing course where I'm getting certified with being a women's empowerment coach. And it is really, really, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And one of the things that I noticed yesterday when in our class is that, and I've talked about this before, is I like to go first when if I'm on a Zoom call with a whole bunch of people and they say, does anybody want to share? I want to be first. And part of it is because I have a tendency to compare myself and what I'm saying to what other people are saying, right? And so it helps me to get my authentic words out before I hear what other people are saying, and then I second guess myself. So sometimes if I don't do that, then what'll happen is I'll have this idea of what I want to share, and then somebody shares something. I think, oh, that was really good. Let me see. Maybe I've got something different that I want to share. And so it's one of the ways that I can make sure that I'm not doing the comparison. And so maybe there's a little trick that you can do to help you not do comparisons, right? If that's something that you deal with. Maybe you just overthink everything, right? Boy, does that sound exciting. Sounds like what you're doing here. Yeah, yeah. It does. So one of the things that is really important as we're talking about this affirmation this morning is that when we highlight self-kindness for ourselves, because I've said it's how we view the world and how we view ourselves and everything, right? So sometimes our inner critic can really be hard on us, right? And I've learned a lot of different ways to counter that or to overcome that, right? But there's sometimes, like I said, sometimes it still pops in. Like yesterday, someone shared her thing, and then it was like my first thoughts were, wow, now I wish I had gone first, because going after her feels really tough. But that was my own belief, right? And then the interesting thing was I went ahead and went next. And then I heard from someone that what I said was more powerful than what the other person said. Whereas I felt that I could not even hold a candle to what she said. And so, I mean, it's like this self-belief, right? So giving yourself some self-kindness, it actually can speed up your progress of momentum in your ability to let this inspiration flow, and you step away from the comparison, the perfectionism, and the overthinking of everything, right? So I would love to know, is there some kind of phrase that you might whisper to yourself if you feel like you're um, stepping into some comparison? And I don't know that that's even anything that you deal with, Wendy, but I will say that I have had that in my life for all my life. And I don't know, maybe it comes from, I remember when I was really young, my mom sometimes would say if I wasn't acting right, because my sister had gotten in trouble a little bit, here and there and stuff. And if she ever wanted to zap me and say I wasn't acting well, she would say, "You're acting just like your sister. Do you really want to do that?" And so I always felt that there was this comparison thing going on. But then there was times that it was a comparison because my sister was being good and she felt like I was being bad. And so but I grew up with a lot of that comparison stuff with my sibling. And how many times have you heard people say to their children, "Well, so and so is being so good. Why don't you please act like that? Do that." Or if someone's studious, you need to be more like Joe over there who does their work. And it's this comparison thing that we grow up with, right? Strength and confidence. Yeah, yeah. I love it. I love it. All right. So let me go ahead. I'm going to share the journal prompt. What might unfold today if I trusted my inner wisdom more than my inner critic? I use it when I'm walking. That's when I lack the most confidence. I always think I'm going to fall. Okay. So what do you just whisper the strength and confidence to yourself? So what might unfold today if I trusted my inner wisdom more than my inner critic? Okay, yeah. And working out every day has strengthened your legs so you won't fall. Beautiful, beautiful. And this is kind of totally off the subject, but I'm just going to share this really quick. One of the things, if you've never watched it on Instagram, I think it's called the Foot Collective. And they have amazing exercises for your feet because a lot of our instability comes from our feet. And, especially as we're older, because we've spent years with our feet in these shoes that kind of give us bunions and all these different things. And so check it out on Instagram, Wendy, because it has made a huge difference in my feet and how I move through the world. And it's something that I pay a lot of attention to my feet now. Used to, I didn't care. I just wanted to wear cute shoes. I didn't care if they hurt my feet. I would wear them all the time. I would wear shoes that were too small. I would wear shoes that were too pointed, too tall, right? Because I just wanted to look cute. I didn't want to look or sexy. It wasn't always cute. It was sexy. And for whatever reason, that gave me that feel of that persona, right? But in actuality, that had nothing to do with the doggone shoes. But at the time, I didn't understand it. And so now I really am doing a lot to stabilize my feet more um, and take care of them. And the exercises and the things that they have for your feet. So, like I said, Instagram, it is the Foot Collective. I think it's what it's called. If you can't find them, let me know because they pop up on my feed all the time because I've followed them. I've bought a few little things from them to help me with my feet. So, like I said, way off the topic, but that's my inner wisdom right there coming out to share with you that taking care of your feet, along with all of the workout and stuff you're doing, you're going to be totally different where the stability that you have in your legs and your feet are going to blow your mind. So, definitely check it out. Let me know if you can't find them, and I will grab you the link to them. I don't get anything for recommending them. I don't have an affiliate link. I don't even know if they have one, but it is amazing. Oh, I hurt my bunion in December with my shoes, and boy, did I pay for it. Through the whole cruise, I had to wear floppy flip-flops. Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm telling you, I've done their exercises to help with the bunions, and that's amazing too. So there's a lot of stuff that they have, and it's going to be very, very helpful. So give them a get in touch with them, or like them, follow them, and peruse some of their videos, and then just let me think. It is the Foot Collective, I think. So after we get off here, I will take a look and see. But I'm telling you, it's a game changer. It's a game changer. All right. So what might unfold today if I trusted my inner wisdom more than my inner critic? Now, this is where I really want you to tap into the silence that we talk about, because that's going to really get so much flowing in you. But I've also got a little, where are we on time? Okay. I've got a little challenge I'm going to give you with this. So I'm so excited. So remember, as you get here, say hello and let me know that that you're here. But let me go back to today's affirmation, and I'll get to the little challenge in just a minute. But our affirmation today is increased confidence. Yes, Wendy, increased confidence. I'm telling you, it'll be great. Your affirmation for today is I am. Put your hands on your heart and just feel that connection with your body. I am a channel for creativity and compassion. Hello on YouTube. Nice to see you here. Good morning. I am a channel for creativity and compassion, allowing inspired action to flow through me with ease. Good morning, Lynn. Good morning. Great to have you here. Let's see I'm just checking to make sure if I've got anybody else on the windows that I'm popping in that I can't see. So you take this affirmation and you put it on your index card, the screensaver on your phone, your sticky notes, put it somewhere, because this I am statement is so powerful to tap you into your creativity and your compassion, and stepping away from any comparison, any self-doubt, right? Because when you are a channel for creativity and compassion, is there any reason to compare and to have self-doubt? No, because a channel comes from the divine. It comes from God. You are just a portal of creativity and compassion, so that inspired action can just flow through you with ease. Right? So put it somewhere that you're going to see that today, and be reminded all day long of who you are, because you are magnificent. You are so much more amazing than you ever give yourself credit for. I don't care how amazing you think you are, because some people here, they know they're amazing. But I'm telling you, whatever you think, it's a small portion of who you are. A small portion. So just believe it, right? And make this your reminder today, right? And then back to our journal prompt. And as I always say, get out your notebook, your journal, wherever you're writing these down. Put the date, the affirmation, and the journal prompt, because they're built together. They support one another and they support you, right? So you've written down the date, the affirmation, the journal prompt, and you say them out loud to yourself, and you say it with feeling. And if it helps you to feel it more, put your hands on your heart, because that connects you to your inner guidance, and it grounds you into this space here of this is who I am, right? So put your hands on your heart, say it out loud. Set a timer for 10 to 15 minutes. And for that 10 to 15 minutes, you're not going over and over and over what the affirmation and journal prompt are. No, your subconscious mind, your God voice already knows all that. All you're doing is tapping into the silence. So you're focusing on your breath. You can focus on sounds in your room. I have to do that sometimes, or I choose to do that sometimes, because I can be focused on my breath and suddenly I realize that my mind is wandering about all the things I need to do for the day. And it's like you bring it back to sounds. And then that way it puts you into this moment right here. Yes, channel your creativity into inspired action. Yes. So it's a beautiful thing that when you can get into the silence, right? So when you're focused on sounds, you can't think two thoughts at the same time. So what that means is that you're going from your mind wandering everywhere to whoosh, right here I am. Then you can focus on your breath. And you can count them. You can just say, breathe in, breathe out, whatever it is. And then as your mind starts to wander, which it will because we are human, right? Your mind, it'll all of a sudden, you'll realize, well, wait a minute, how long have I been thinking about this? It doesn't matter. Come back to your breath. And if that seems to not do it, then start focusing on sounds. Like I have the ceiling fan going. I can hear the ceiling fan. I can hear a little hum coming from my computer. I've got some chimes that go all the time down in my living room, and I can hear them. Maybe sometimes I can hear somebody doing some yard work outside. But whatever it is that brings you back into that moment, do that until the timer goes off. And what that's doing is it's keeping you here in the here and now. It's keeping you tapped into your inner guidance so that you can actually hear that guidance that's coming on, because we are always getting messages from our inner guidance, our God voice, our subconscious mind, our higher conscious. We're always getting messages, but we can't always hear them because we have so much noise going on in our head. So this gives you an opportunity to quiet the noise. It's not emptying your mind, because that's totally impossible, right? It is quieting the noise so that you can focus and listen. And so then when that timer goes off and you put pen to paper, that's when the gold arises, right? What might unfold today if I trusted my inner wisdom more than my inner critic? And you're going to be surprised at the epiphanies that will show up. But I will be honest, I've shared this before. When I first started doing this, when I would start writing, I'd say, I don't know. I didn't hear anything. I didn't feel anything. I don't know what I'm supposed to write. So I don't know. I don't know. What might unfold? What might unfold? I would just go through that. And that's okay, right? That's the way it started for me, because it took a while for me to really tap in. And so if that's what's showing up for you, be kind to yourself. Let that inner critic go and just say, okay, this is my journey. I'm tapping in. So then you could start writing, I'm tapping in. This is going to get better. I'm tapping in, whatever shows up. And then the thing is that a lot of times we think this wisdom that comes forth is some kind of this big epiphany, but sometimes it's not. So you write down anything that shows up in your mind, right? It doesn't matter how silly it sounds. No, whether it sounds like it has anything to do with anything, you write it down because it's coming out and it needs to come out. So you don't critique it, you don't judge it, you just write it down. So maybe in the middle of writing, I don't know what to write, I don't know what to write, it'll say, pick up a phone and call so and so. Or maybe it'll say, go for a walk. Maybe your inner guidance will just say, keep writing. Just write. Anything, any words, any phrases that come up, and they may not connect right now. And that's okay, because what you're going to do is you're going to utilize this information. The reason I want you to have the date with all of this is because you're going to be surprised. You come back and look at this actual date journal prompt, right? And I said, I've got a little challenge for you that I'm going to give you in just a moment. But when you actually breathe it in, you do all this writing, and you come back in, let's say, 6 months, and you look at this journal, the thing that you did, right? You might find that there's something that was written down that suddenly you realize, wow, now that makes sense. Now I know why I wrote that. And that was an amazing change thing for me, right? And we don't have a clue today what that is. But that's why the beauty of writing the date and all of this together and keeping a journal or a notebook so that you can come back, because every time we do something that changes us, it becomes part of our new normal, that we a lot of times don't even recognize that we've made changes. But having this helps us to celebrate the changes that we have made, even if they're little bitty changes, right? Because little small movements, small hinges swing big doors. So it's those little moments, little changes every single day that create exponential growth. And you're growing all the time. But like I like to share is that, the only constant in life is change, right? So you're not staying in this actual moment past, it's already gone, right? The thing is that we are constantly changing. We're either changing in the direction we want to go, or we're changing in the direction that we're just letting the tide take us wherever it wants to. And I, for one, like to focus and to be inspired and to do the things that support me and help me to have more of that inner wisdom, to help me tap in to my inspired action and my creativity and all of that, right? I'm constantly growing. And so are you. If you're here, I know you're one of those people that don't just sit back and just let the tide take you wherever it wants to go. You make choices, inspired choices. So that means that every time you sit down and you're doing these things, that becomes your new normal. And then you do it again, and that's your new normal. And you do it again, and that's your new normal. And that's beautiful, right? But there's also a danger in that, is that it's always your new normal. So in a little while, you don't even remember what you were dealing with today. And you don't celebrate the change because it was so small as you went through it. And we want to celebrate all the amazing things in our lives, right? And like I always say, it's like, we woke up this morning, celebrate. Not everybody did. You opened your eyes. If you can see, you celebrate that one. Not everybody can do that, right? You were able to get out of the bed without somebody helping you. Great. Not everybody can do that. So even the little things that we take for granted so much, celebrate. And, I've shared before, I have a niece that is actually in this stand-up and stand-out community with us, and she has muscular dystrophy. And I am blown away all the time with the things that she deals with and that I take for granted. Being able to roll over in the bed on my own, to being able to get up and go to the bathroom in the middle of the night if I need to go pee, right? I mean, being able to scratch your own face sometimes, being able to stand up and walk from one place to the other. There are so many things that I can do that sometimes I forget to celebrate. So I'm asking you, go ahead and celebrate. All right, so now I'm going to give you the little challenge. So we're not going to do this now, but I want you to do this, okay? So I want you to spend 5 minutes today acting on a gut impulse. Because remember, we were talking about inspired action, right? Inspired action for growth. Yes, Wendy. Yes. So we're going to tap into our inspired action. So let's say you do your journaling, and you've set the timer, the timer goes off. Then after you purge and you write everything down, I'm celebrating being able to see out of my new glasses. I have been wearing glasses I couldn't see clearly out of. Woo, that's a good celebration, Wendy. Great. So after you've done this journaling, then I want you to take 5 minutes. All right. So we're acting on gut impulse here. So we're going to draft maybe a quirky reel. Maybe you're going to pitch a bold collab thing. Maybe you're going to sketch a wild idea. You're going to do something. Spend 5 minutes just tapping into what is this inspired action that's asking to be birthed, right? And then I want you to write about, how did honoring wisdom over worry shift your energy and maybe even your result? And the side effects may include unexpected brilliance. So this is your challenge for today. It's the 5-minute trust test. It's trusting that inner guidance. It's trusting that you are this channel, right? You are this channel for creativity and compassion. Remember our affirmation, right? So as you are this channel for creativity and compassion, and you're allowing this inspired action to flow, tap into 5 minutes of what is this inspired action, and then do it. And I'll be honest, I've got some appointments that I'm getting to today, and so I'll have to pop off here in just a moment. The thing is that this is something that I'm going to do today, and I would love it if you guys, and it doesn't have to be business related. Maybe your inspired action is to reach out to someone that you haven't talked to in a while. Your inspired action could be, taking a walk, taking time for yourself, whatever it is, whatever that inspired action is that's coming up. Do something about it, and then journal about how that changes how you feel, how that changes your expectations, right? So remember, because our journal prompt was or is, what might unfold today if I trusted my inner wisdom more than my inner critic? So allow that inner wisdom to come forth and take action on it, right? What is your inner guidance, your subconscious mind, your guide voice? What is it saying? Do this today, and do it. I'm telling you, the side effects may include unexpected brilliance. You'll see it, and others will see it too. But mainly, I want you to see it. Because remember, I said, no matter how connected you feel like you are to your brilliance, it's a lot smaller than you think. Because your brilliance can super exceed anything. And most of the time, we're actually, even if we feel like we are growing and becoming, we're still playing small. And I want you to unlock it. Unlock that brilliance. I know what mine is. I have to pack today. Oh, yes. You're going on another cruise. Yes. The cruise queen here, Wendy, right? All right, let's see here. All right. So this has been amazing. I hope you have gotten a lot of benefit from this. And so let me look really quick. I believe I'm trying to look at my calendar over here. I've got, well, I'll have to look. I know I've got somebody on my podcast. I'm trying to look at my calendar to see what I have coming up next, but right now I can't see it because I may not have put everything up there. But I will see you guys. Today is Friday, so I will see you guys again on Monday. And Monday we'll be back to our 3 p.m. Conversation, and I'm playing with that. So if you feel like going back to the 10 a.m. on Wednesday would help you better, definitely just reach out and let me know. And we'll tweak that because I'm a little more flexible on Mondays, but it gets filled up pretty quickly. But like, and just a reminder, if you're a person that needs to work on your business or an idea, that Christine and I have the Hustle and Flow membership that you can be in, and we meet on Mondays at 1 p.m. Eastern and 7:30 p.m. Eastern, where it's like a co-working space, and we're about to start an expansion of what we're doing in there. And right now it's only $7 a month. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely dive in, because the price, as we add things to it, the price is going to go up. And if you're in there for $7, you'll be guaranteed to have the $7 price for, we haven't decided how long. And so you want to get in there. I mean, $7, no brainer. And the thing is, you can come to one of them or you can come to both of them. And then there's also, if you're looking at your life and wanting to be able to make more money, it's mostly a mindset thing. And so Sue and I have the Rewrite Your Money Story that meets on Tuesday evenings at, is it 6 p.m. And our next one starts on the 13th. So it starts on the second Tuesday of every month. And I'm going to put the link to both of those things in the comments, and whatever you want to do as far as that for support. But I'd also love to invite you, and I know I'm telling you a lot of directions, but I would love to invite you to get onto my YouTube channel. And it's just at Vicky Sue Poole, and peruse some of the free content that I have there. There's always something new that I'm adding in, and there's some of the things that are private and unlisted, and that's okay. But I do have a lot of stuff there to share with you. So you have an amazingly blessed day, and remember, trust your inner wisdom. And take that challenge, take that 5-minute challenge. And I would love for you to share in the group how you feel about it as you do it, right? May the 4th be with you. Yes. It's almost there. I always love that, right? Because today, that's Sunday. All right. So have a blessed day, and I'll see you on Monday. Mwah. Love you guys.